So there's still plenty of buzz from last Thursday's streak of fire across the afternoon sky. It wasn't a bird, wasn't a plane, not even Superman or Superwoman, but NASA confirmed this as a fragment of an asteroid, roughly 3 feet wide, weighing about, a little more than a ton. Days later, there's still plenty of questions about it surrounding this cosmic event. So we decided to bring in our friends from the Tellus Museum. Here is Karisa Zdanky, astronomy program manager at the Tellus Museum in Cartersville. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Karisa, tell us how rare it is to see a fireball in broad daylight over such a populated area in metro Atlanta.
That in itself is actually pretty rare, I would say. While meteors themselves are not during the day, they're usually not bright enough, and it's just not big enough, and especially for one that so many people saw. It's a pretty special occurrence.
All right, so NASA says the fireball released energy of about 20 to 30 tons of dynamite. In layman's terms, break that down for us. What does that mean?
So pretty much, like, for example, they also say that the meteor was going 30,000 miles per hour. That's about 40 times the speed of sound. So just when it hit that atmosphere, all that friction made it burn up. It actually burst into a lot of pieces to spread around the Atlanta area. That's why there's a lot of still meteorite hunters out there right now looking for fragments. So just all that energy as it entered the atmosphere.
Some say that finding those fragments is considered lucky. We did hear of a home being struck in Henry County where it put a hole in the roof. Fortunately, no one was hurt by that, but they are saying that consider the house lucky because it got hit by one of these fragments. Talk to us about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like finding a needle in the haystack, having to find a piece that could potentially be this big, or even smaller, just in all of that land space. I mean, it's luck and skill. I don't know if I could track a piece down.
Wow. We've heard reports of a second fireball just hours earlier over the Carolinas. Could this have been more activity from the same source or a different source?
So, sorry, you said a different one that was seen over the Carolinas?
Over the Carolinas, yeah, about an hour earlier.
Um, I would say, I mean, it could be a different one. It could have been a part of the same. My first guess when I had heard about it was that it was part of a daytime meteor shower called the Beta Taurids that actually peaked the day before on Thursday. I know there's not really a good way to prove it, but it could just be that the timing worked out on that one. So it is possible that it could be part of that daytime shower, or it could just be a chance meteor that we passed that entered our atmosphere.
Yeah, we know it as rocks or whatever enter into our atmosphere, they begin to burn up. Is there some lead time in warning people that this will happen?
So there's lead time when it is due to a shower, but especially depending on the size. The people who do this for a living that look for meteoroids in space, they would definitely know about it, and they would be able to alert people if it was something particularly spectacular or something that could be an issue. But for the most part, a lot of the time they're really small, so it's not really something they do tend to burn up.
What is it made of? Are these just like rocks, like regular rocks on the earth? How would you find one, right? If you were to stumble upon one, how would you know the difference? Is it made up of a different material?
Yeah, so there's three main types of meteorites. There's stony iron, and iron. So it's kind of self-explanatory what that's made out of. So iron and kind of this stone material. But they do look different from regular rocks. They do have something called a fusion crust, which is literally the rock like melting as it enters the atmosphere. So they will look different than other things that you can find, and a lot of the time people will actually mistake other rocks that they find for meteorites.
Okay, all right, Karisa. I mean, anytime soon, another one coming that you know of?
Well, the next big event to see meteors is the Perseids, which actually peak on August 12th, and it's known to be one of the most spectacular meteor showers of the year. So if this has excited anybody and you want to try to see more, definitely stay up late August 12th, and you'll probably see some more fireballs.
Gotcha. Karisa, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate your insight on this matter.
Thank you.
All right, take care.